topic of disasters and their aftermath has been in the news quite a bit in recent years. We tend to think of these as big events in faraway places. But what are the chances we might end up back in the headlines again? One of the first steps in preparing for a disaster is to recognize the risk factors that exist in our community. And here in Bellingham, you don't have to look too far to find them. Every day, an unknown quantity of hazardous materials pass through our community on trucks, railroad tankers, and in pipelines beneath our feet. The threat of terrorism should be considered, along with our proximity to an international border and the upcoming Olympic Games. Natural disasters have to be planned for as well. We're already familiar with the effects of floods, windstorms, and heavy snowfall here in the Northwest. But in addition, we do live in a known earthquake hazard zone, and a significant number of our older buildings sit on fill material, which is subject to liquefaction in the event of an earthquake. A major geologic fault lies just offshore of Vancouver Island, with an unknown potential for causing a tsunami wave. And every community will be affected if another worldwide flu pandemic strikes. If you really think about all these disasters, it can be overwhelming. But is that a reason to panic? No, of course not. But it's equally unrealistic to ignore the dangers or to assume somebody else will plan for them. By definition, a disaster is an overwhelming event. And the very first groups that will be overwhelmed are those who provide law enforcement, fire protection, emergency medical services, and 911 dispatching. This has been a common element in all recent disasters. We would like to be everywhere, helping everyone, but that just isn't possible. In the event of a disaster, we have to go where we can do the greatest amount of good for the greatest number of people. And that means we might not be able to help you for quite a while. So what does that mean for you and your family? First, plan on being self-sufficient for at least 3 days. Have enough food, drinking water, warm clothing, and medical supplies on hand to carry you through. Second, get to know your neighbors. Join a neighborhood association. Find out who might need an extra hand in the event of an emergency. After all, despite the best efforts of your public safety personnel, in the immediate aftermath of a disaster, your neighbors will probably be your best source of help. We all hope that our community will be spared from the effects of a major disaster. But wishful thinking is not a good substitute for good preparation. The small steps you take now may have a big payoff for your family later on.